Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Sailing Spirit. Sit back and relax if you want to watch two newbies navigating the world of learning to sail, to upgrading and repairing their boats, as well as following along on Project Catamaran. Today I'm going to sand and varnish the washboards off of the rear cabin because, they've not been done in a few years. As I said in previous videos, the boat was lying for about 3 years before I got it, so they could definitely be doing with a sand down and a good few coats of stain and then varnish just to bring them back up to a good condition again. So I'm going to do them one at a time and we'll pop in and out and let you see my progress. Well, that's the first one sanded down, and I'm actually amazed at how easily that came off. So it's obviously really needing sanded and painted. So I'll get the rest of the washboards done and then I'll get into the painting. Now, I'm just using this stuff because it's got a nice colour of stain and it's dry within 30 minutes. So I can give it a quick sand after that and then I can varnish on top of it, and I can get 2 or 3 layers per day, so it lets me get quite a lot done. I'm no sponsored by anybody, this is just the brand that I got, but I've gave it a clean down with some acetone and I've gave it a bit of a sand. There's still some bits and pieces in the grain there, but it actually works out quite well with this stainer. Sorry, I've got a bit of, I'm eating extra strong mints just now, so I've got a bit of it in my throat. But I don't want it to be too dark, so I don't want to put it on too thick. But as I say, I think it just gives it a nice colour. I don't want that really kind of dark antique colour. I like that red through it. As I showed you with the top hatch before, it leaves it a nice shade. Anyway, I'll crack on with this and I'll come back in when I'm done with it. Now, they're looking a lot better already. They'll need half an hour or so for it to dry properly, and then I'll get some varnish onto them. But they're definitely looking a lot better already. Now, I've just gave these a sand and taped them off so that I can stain these and varnish them as well. I'm not sure what they're called, but you put the ladders in here and it helps you get up off the tender. I've got one on each side. As I said, I'm not sure what they're called. They'll probably have some fantastic name, but I'm going to stain them and then I'm going to varnish them as well. I'm just in the process of painting this at the top of the Dodger here. That was needing a good paint as well. And then these handrails are all going to get sanded down and painted next. And once the boat gets painted, once the hull and everything gets painted, the outside of the Dodger will get painted as well and just bring it up to a nice standard. But every little bit that I do makes the boat look better. She still looks like a building site just now, but as I said, every small bit is one bit less that I've got to do. And I don't know if you can see, once I get the masking tape off of that, it'll actually look quite good. But I'll crack on and I'll keep on just coming in and out anytime I've got some other stuff done for you to see. All this face in here, this is all to get sanded down as well and painted, well, sanded down and then stained and varnished. Especially down the bottom here, this is all to get, it's dry just now, but when the waves come over, the water seems to sit in this
So I want to get this all hoovered out. I'll get it sanded down, I'll get it stained, and I'll get a good few layers of varnish on it just to seal it up. Just to make sure that, you know, the water's not going to get in there and rot things. And as I said, all the rest of it will get sanded down. Excuse the, I don't know, it's like a big toolbox in the back there just now. So excuse the mess in there. But aye, I mean it's needing a good sand down. It's needing a stain and some varnish. Just to bring it up to a nice standard and make it watertight and make it last another 50 years, you know. Because she's a beautiful boat. She deserves that at least. You know, she deserves the work being put into her. Because she's not fast, but just sailing out into the Minch with her is that she brings that peacefulness into your life, that feeling of contentment. So aye, she deserves to be brought back to life, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to, just a bit at a time, I'm going to keep on working away until she's absolutely tip top again. This here is the top of the hatch. It's for the back cabin, and as you can see that's needing a good go over as well, so I'll crack on with that. I mean I've already got the back handles done, the back handrails done, but we'll crack on and do this because I really want to get this sealed up. I don't want water going into it every time it rains. So I'll get this stained and then I'll get it varnished, and there should be enough time today for it to dry so that the rain doesn't waste it. It's not quite dry yet, so I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and do some more varnish. But it's looking a lot better already. Much happier with that. And these ones, I've just got to take the tape off. This tape never comes off as easy as it's supposed to. Now, that needs another coat, I think. And then obviously the deck needs the Kiwi grip. But it's all starting to come together. It's all starting to look better. I think it's easy when there's a lot of jobs to be done to focus on everything all at the one time, instead of just focusing on one job at a time and not getting overwhelmed. Aye, even the handrails and things, every wee bit comes together and makes it look better. One of the next things I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this whole thing. It used to have these down here, and they don't really work, so I'm going to remove them. I've got a plotter and a big fish finder there, so I've got them working up here. The big fish finder goes here, and then the plotter goes on here. So there's no really any need to have this here. I think the previous owner just kept bits and pieces in it. So aye, I'm going to remove that. And I think in behind here there's a couple of holes. So I'll fill the holes and then I'll sand them and I'll paint this and just make it look a lot neater. Sometimes it's so still here you can actually forget that you're in a sea loch. We're about 20 minutes from low tide just now, and the wind is absolutely still. In fact, the only noise that I can hear are the birds and the seals chasing each other up and down. We're out for a walk today on Firemore Beach on Loch Ewe, and although it's still quite calm, it's a wee bit rainy, and there's an awful lot more power in the water today, an awful lot more power in the tide. Well, and it keeps on trying to get me. This is one of my favourite beaches to go to. It's usually peaceful and quiet, and it stretches for, I don't know, about a mile. And this here is Loch Ewe. And that there is two crazy puppies. They absolutely love it here. I've never seen two racing dogs as happy in the water as these two. You know, I love swimming in this bay here. There's light coloured sand. Usually the current's quite light, and later on in the year you'll get things like sea bass and mackerel coming in. So you get the seals and things coming in after them. Sometimes even porpoise. It's just a beautiful place to dive. You know, I was planning on getting the wetsuit out today and giving it a try, because the water's up to about 10 degrees. But as soon as I woke up today, I came down, I could see the current was really strong, and it's just not worth trying to swim against that. Even in this area, you know, the current will get up to 3 knots, and that'll tire you out really quickly. So I'll leave it to a day that things are a bit calmer, and I'll just spend time out with the dogs and things today. If you liked today's video, please like, share and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out, and thank you very much for watching.